Now, why is the US the laggard? Why is it the slowest for regulatory frameworks? Because the US dollar is the global reserve currency. When all these other central banks and other countries start issuing stablecoins, they're not going to have to leverage the US dollar to the same degree, and it's a huge threat to the United States and the banking system and the correspondent banking network. What's up, guys? Kevin Cage here with another crypto update. We're going to dive into some rapid fire news for XRP, Casper, and HBAR. First up, we have the Casper wallet. The official website is casperwallet.io. Please make sure you're only visiting the official website. The Casper mobile wallet is 100% live. You can get it on your Android or iOS. And you can also follow Casper Wallet on Twitter or X at Casper_wallet. And Casper Wallet is created by Make Services. This is the same organization that made the CSPR.live block explorer, and they're co-founders of Casper. And you can already stake or delegate your Casper to earn 10% APY right within the app. Here's a screenshot I shared of the Casper mobile wallet. You have the wallet in the bottom left, and if you go to the browser tab, you can manually connect to CSPR.live. You connect your account, and then you can delegate, undelegate, do everything you need right there. So friendly reminder, you can already stake today on the Casper mobile wallet right on your phone by just navigating to the browser tab, connecting the account that you have in your Casper wallet to the CSPR.live block explorer, and then from there you can delegate your stake and earn your 10% APY to secure the network. And if you're in the official Casper Wallet Telegram, they're building native in-app staking that should be live at the very least by end of Q1. Similar to Hashpack, the HBAR wallet, where you can just stake right within the app with just a few clicks of the button. That's what Casper is going to be putting out. So I have my mobile app all good to go. I like it. And there's cool features as well. They have a Medium article going over everything. For example, if you have the Casper wallet as the Chrome extension, you can actually sync your accounts directly from your web browser right into your mobile app. So that way, every Casper account you have in the Chrome extension can be imported directly into the mobile app. And having an easy to use, accessible mobile wallet is super important to onboard users. So even by tokenizer sharing, currently 135,000 Casper wallets. When we compare other chains, of course Ethereum, hundreds of millions, ADA 4 million, HBAR 4 million, XRP million, Solana 10 million, AVAX 15 million, we're not even to 1 million users, so this is a big deal, and this is a lot of upside if you believe that Casper gets adoption. And right within the wallet, you can see other products as well. So we have the official Casper wallet on CSPR.live. We have the CSPR.name coming soon. We have the Casper Market, and we have the Casper Cloud. And we can see today the APY for Casper, which auto compounds, is over 11%. So as stake bonded drops, this APY actually increases to incentivize more people to stake. And just for reference, here's the actual calculation or equation to determine the Casper staking rewards. All it is the Casper total supply divided by the amount of Casper that's being locked up or stake bonded to secure the network, and then you multiply it by the 8% or the inflation rate. So as long as stake bonded ranges between 50 to 90%, staking rewards should stay between 8 to 16%. And an example would be if the total stake bonded fell down to 50%, the staking APY would increase to roughly 16% in annual rewards. However, if the total stake bonded grew to 90%, meaning 90% of all Caspers actually locked up to secure the network, the APY would actually decrease and rewards would go down to only 8.8%. If you'd like a more in-depth understanding, I have a 25-minute long video just explaining delegating, undelegating, what is it, using your ledger to connect to Casper Live, everything in between. So this video was uploaded 7 months ago. The title is right there, New Casper CSPR Staking and Wallet Tutorial. Next up, regarding Casper Network, working with the Actus framework and Nucleus Finance building on Casper. Just like ISO 222 for messaging, Actus is just as big, if not bigger, and this governs more than 98% of all financial contracts. We have the CEO of Nucleus Finance right here discussing this.
We have a full stack solution, which has risk management and financial analytics software, a tokenization engine, and our layer 1 partner, Casper. Number 2, we have a unique design around the tokens. We have an asset token, the counterparty token, which is liability token, and an NFT data token, which has info and value. And the last thing, which cannot be lost, is we have 35 years experience in this space from policymakers and academics and regulators.
So the financial contract market is absolutely massive. If you look at this gentleman, the CEO of Nucleus Finance, and go to his LinkedIn right here, over $50 trillion in financial contracts are created and executed. So they're on a mission to revolutionize the way this is done. So Casper Network is not the only blockchain or protocol going after this type of use case. We know Ethereum and also Cardano are looking at this, working with Actus. The point being is that a lot of different protocols are working on revolutionizing finance, financial contracts right here, over $50 trillion. If some of these even have mild success, there are trillions of dollars up for grabs. So Sanjay is the CEO of Nucleus Finance, ex-Google, Goldman Sachs, etc. And Nucleus Finance also just had a Washington, D.C. event earlier this year where Casper was attending. They even just shared this, Casper Network, one of our partners, embracing the Actus standard. So here's Actus's website. If you've never heard of the Actus standard, I highly recommend looking into it. We can see Nucleus Finance and Casper directly on their site. So this type of application with Nucleus Finance is one of the biggest use cases I have seen. I am super excited and really hope to even see mild success because it could be absolutely massive, but this type of work takes tons and tons of time. Next up for Hedera, we have Charles Atkins, the president over at Hedera, discussing real-world assets and tokenization with the Hedera token service. Now, there shouldn't be any question that tokenization is the absolute future. This is where we're headed regardless. And like many, I believe we could see a couple dozen primary chains that run everything. These public networks do have benefits. I understand there will be private networks, but hybrid is where we're going to meet the best of both worlds as well. So all of these have a place. And it's not just about scalability and low transaction costs, as he says, it's about stable and predictable pricing or transaction costs as well. Enabling financial inclusion and global trading of assets instantly, smart contracts can often automate compliance and ensuring adherence to regulations. So just like Casper with upgradability built in for compliance, that's super important. And with Aberdeen sitting on Hedera's governing council with some of the biggest companies, they have over $600 billion AUM and they're tokenizing their funds or their money market funds on top of Hedera. So I know Aberdeen has already tokenized $20 billion of their funds this year. Now my question is, and please let me know down below, I know Hedera at least has over $5 billion tokenized in their network. I'm not sure if all $20 billion of Aberdeen's funds were actually tokenized on Hedera. I know a portion is. So if you have the exact numbers of what Aberdeen has tokenized on Hedera, please let me know. I know it's in the billions.
Imagine a future where the entire global economy is tokenized. A future where markets are fair and accessible to all. A future where any asset can be tokenized and exchanged anywhere in the world in seconds for a fraction of a penny. This future is being built on Hedera today. Hello, tokenization. Hello, future.
We're also seeing some NFT activity on Hedera as well, so shared by Zepsi, we can see over 1 million NFTs have been minted on Hedera's mainnet. You can see these stats yourself by visiting Dragonglass. This is a block explorer with some metrics as well. That way you can look at number of transactions and even sort since the beginning of open access just to see the growth of transactions. And even look at some of the big months for Hedera. So in terms of NFT minting, we saw some big spikes in September and we even saw a huge one this month. And out of all public networks in the crypto space for enterprise adoption, Hedera has a huge amount of transactions on its mainnet. Well over 34 billion, almost 35 billion mainnet transactions. Now the bulk of this, according to, Mance Harmon of Hedera, was the Hedera consensus service. So these are real transactions that we're seeing. And they're tracking over 22 billion items connected to the cloud using Hedera's consensus service. So giving DIDs or decentralized identities to all of these products basically to track their entire provenance, delivering unprecedented visibility across supply chains and a higher level of computational trust that is required for a more sustainable and connected world. Next up, just a big reminder to keep tabs on PolySign as well as standard custody, building the future of digital assets. Developing state-of-the-art, secure, scalable infrastructure for financial institutions to fully leverage their digital assets in the future of tokenization, tokenized securities, custody, all this infrastructure needs to be built. Although it's been kind of quiet, there have been a lot of developments, and just friendly reminders, sitting here we have Arthur Brito, the founder and president. He was the co-founder of Ripple Labs and one of the co-designers or initial designer of the XRP ledger. We have David Schwartz. We have Antoinette right here, previously the chief compliance officer at Ripple. We've seen her at presentations at the International Monetary Fund. Even Tim Keeney, retired VC of Bank of New York, responsible for custodying 25% or 1/4 of global institutional assets. And Jack McDonald, former UBS executive, global custodians, legends of industry. So Crypto Eddie shared a cool clip on Twitter. I highly recommend you watch the full video, give it a like. But she shared this thing called Atomic Net powered by PolySign. So I'm going to play this quick clip.
PolySign's custody is one thing, but the technology behind the IP, the intellectual property that PolySign has, is quite extraordinary. Can you believe that they are so far ahead of the curve? They had this vision and they knew that everything in the world of real-world assets was going to be tokenized. Every asset, including traditionally illiquid assets like real estate, private equity, can be instantly and securely traded for another asset. Atomic Net, powered by PolySign, has this test net. It, yes, is fictitious in content,
So this is just a demo, but we can even see the DTCC in this example.
but it's a demo site on how it works. And wow, amazing architecture. A solution highlighted you'll see also for Fedwire. That's something.
So even asking, do you think PolySign will make it? Crypto Eddie says yes. So I think that's super interesting. Even thinking of Tim Keeney and BNY, we know BNY or Bank of New York is investing in a variety of things in digital assets, even crypto infrastructure, specifically a crypto trading desk. And they've had ties with the company Ripple for a while. Even, what's his name? Matthew Mellon, before he passed away. We remember that when he lost a bunch of XRP. And by the numbers, with AUM on Bank of New York's website, $45.7 trillion, assets under custody and or administration. AUM is $1.8 trillion. So I think it's a big deal to see David Schwartz and Arthur Brito, two contributors to the XRP ledger, sitting on PolySign working with groups like this, especially if Jack McDonald and Tim Keeney really leverage their network. Next up, by Roth Economin. So we have Ripple partner FOMO Pay has partnered with Zond Bank in the UAE, so again the UAE, to facilitate cross-border payments between Asia and the Middle East Northern Africa region, focusing on B2B. Zond is an Emirati digital banking startup providing retail and corporate services, and FOMO Pay is an XRP user in certain corridors, and Roth Economin also linked the source below just for some reference. He's also tracking the Ripple investor and partner SBI that entered an MOU with Saudi Arabia's Aramco to collaborate on digital assets and investments, expand Japanese startups in the digital asset field in Saudi Arabia, and invest in the semiconductor field. This raises interesting possibilities surrounding the tokenization of assets. Might the XRP ledger be involved at some level? Maybe, maybe not. Friendly reminder to keep tabs on the AI Alliance. This was newly founded by Meta and IBM. I don't see any crypto protocols included in this list, but there are huge organizations here, including Intel, IBM, Red Hat, which is a big deal. We have Sony, we have Oracle, think QNT, we have ServiceNow, which is using Hedera and building for digital workflows. A lot of big groups. And this is also interesting because IBM specifically chose Casper Network out of any other layer 1s out there for their AI governance for their new data and AI platform watsonx. To no surprise, the Linux Foundation sits here. The Linux Foundation and IBM are the reason the Hyperledger Foundation exists. We also saw this group, Verso, receives Casper grant to build Casper gift card decentralized application. So this is a decentralized application leveraging Casper, and you can purchase gift cards using Casper tokens directly from the Casper wallet. So basically you can connect your Casper wallet, you can enter the application and purchase different gift cards, Dunkin' Donuts, Airbnb, etc. And also, friendly reminder, please be aware of any impersonators or people that are pretending to be me and messaging you on social media, on Twitter, on Instagram. I don't have a Telegram. If you are talking with someone pretending to be me, please confirm that it is actually me on my verified YouTube channel. So my verified YouTube channel, Kevin Cage, has a check mark. You can come here and click those links and actually see my social media handles right there. I will never be DMing people soliciting money saying I'm going to trade on your behalf. That is a scammer. Over the past few months, I had several people reach out saying they were having conversations with me. That is not me. Do not trust anything on social media. There are impersonators on Twitter or X and Instagram. Please look and actually confirm my handles right there. Right here is my only Twitter handle, Kevin_Cage_. If you're talking to somebody else and this is different and this is not their profile, that is not me, so please be safe, block them and report them. And last but not least, shared by Hedera. So we have Flutterwave. So we have shared over the years Flutterwave's connection with the company Ripple. So we can see Africa's most valuable startup, Flutterwave, has acquired 13 more US state money transfer licenses, greatly expanding their offerings in the country. Flutterwave is currently in the process of integrating USDC payment to stablecoin settlement using Hedera. So this is a huge deal. You can also see on Ripple's website all of their money licenses in different states, but this is a really, really big deal. Even considering the news we had weeks back of leveraging Hedera with WorldPay, one of the biggest companies in the world. With Hedera, proof of reserve addressing stablecoin uncertainty with WorldPay by FIS. So FIS is huge and they purchase WorldPay. FIS is the largest payments processor in the world, acquiring WorldPay for $35 billion in 2019. You can watch the 17-minute video of Head of Crypto and Web3 over at WorldPay. So I know every multi-year bear market we question, is crypto even going to survive? Are we going to make it? But keep in mind, these organizations like WorldPay have a head of crypto and Web3 position. Earlier this year, WorldPay launched the first offerings of its direct USDC settlement, enabling merchants and clients to utilize the benefits of stablecoins. So in the previous video, we talked about the potential stablecoin bill in 2024. And in the next video, I want to talk more about this. We have Elizabeth Warren talking about crypto being a threat with money laundering, which is a complete joke. Do you know how much fiat, US dollar, and other currencies have been used for the same exact purpose over the past century? But when bad actors use crypto, it's a threat. Was fiat ever called a threat? Nope. All technology is inherently neutral. Technology's moral trajectory depends on human decisions and actions. And it seems that some of these criminal organizations found a more efficient means of transacting. Now, why is the US the laggard? Why is it the slowest for regulatory frameworks? Because the US dollar is the global reserve currency. When all these other central banks and other countries start issuing stablecoins, they're not going to have to leverage the US dollar to the same degree, and it's a huge threat to the United States and the banking system and the correspondent banking network. So we've talked about this ever since I started making YouTube videos years ago, and this is the same thing we are seeing. It is a threat to the establishment and the US dollar. But the United States is well aware you can't put this genie back in the bottle. Web3 is here to stay, tokenization of assets is the future, and this is a threat to the US dollar as the global reserve currency. So bottom line, I might not have the most faith in the US dollar being a dominant currency in the next decade or so, but I have a huge amount of faith and confidence in Web3. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Huge thanks to all that hit the like button, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this video, I'd greatly appreciate if you could hit the like button, let me know your thoughts down below, and my link tree is linked in the top of this YouTube video description, with all links, crypto resources, and discounts. I'll catch you in the next one.